1 2 1 2 1 2 testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Coventry United Matchday with Liam Cook. Today we're coming to you live from beautiful Lye Meadow, the home of Alvechurch Football Club, for this hotly anticipated Midland League Premier Division match. Coventry United versus Alvechurch, coming to you live on YouTube. Liam Cook here, once again, your cameraman, your commentator, your editor. I've got my fingers in a lot of pies, I always do, I've got to say, but you know what, I wouldn't have it any other way. So, of course, welcome one and all to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. It really does mean a lot to have your company. And look, I'm sure that today's coverage is not going to disappoint. Alvechurch currently first in the Midland League Premier Division. Rather, well, I wouldn't say falsely, but they played a lot more games than anyone else this season. In fact, Alvechurch have played more games this season than anyone else. They're the only side to play 17 matches in the league so far this campaign. But at the end of the day, you have to win those matches, and they have won those matches. They are top of the league for a reason. They are a couple of points in front of Westfield, who actually suffered their first defeat last week. So, of course, the match between Coventry United and Westfield, which is scheduled for next week, is not going to be taking place because Westfield selfishly have gone and qualified for the first round of the FA Cup. I know, I can't believe it, but yeah, that's the way it goes. Of course, best of luck to Westfield, and best of luck to Coventry United today as well as they take on Alvechurch. Let's bring you some team news for today's match, and we are going to start things off with Coventry United. There are a few changes in the side for today. Of course, the team was much changed on Tuesday night as United hosted Walsall and fielded a very youthful team. But let's take you through exactly what you can expect to see during today's match. So, starting in goal, returning to the starting lineup: number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2 is Pierre Moudin. 3, Lewis Hudson. 4, Jean Decory. Number 5, Rob Prinzel. 6, Chris Cox. Chris Cox starting at number 6. 7, Kevin Thornton. Number 8, Tommy Glasgow. 9 is the new signing, Simeon Townsend. And by the way, our good friend Roy Eden has insisted that we mention that Simeon is in fact sponsored by Coventry motorcycles and scooters. So there you go, Roy. That's your mention for today. And number 10 is Joshua O'Grady, and 11 is Mikael Beckley. On the bench, number 12, Abdul Mohammed. 14, Cayman Francis Balu. Number 15, Muzzy Nduna. And 16, Dylan Otshudi. We're going to be taking you through the away starting lineup as soon as we can type up the team news. We've only just received the team news. A big thank you to Pete Schofield, who has sorted that out for us. So we are just typing that up now. We're going to tell you a little bit about what you can expect to see from some of these players in the next couple of seconds. Well, in fact, we can do that right now, actually. The one you want to watch out for is the top scorer, Joshua March, who is starting at number 11 today. So I assume he's starting on the wing from that number. He has scored a whopping 16 goals out of 14 league starts this season. An impressive record, to say the least. So we're going to have to watch out for him. So that's the name you want to watch out for, Joshua Marsh. Right, we'll bring you up to date right now with the starting lineup for Alvechurch. Once we've typed it up, of course, but we'll also say a big shout out to all of our Sky Blue listeners. In fact, actually, all of our listeners are Sky Blue listeners today, because Coventry United are playing in their their third kit of Sky Blue and White. So a changed strip for the Red and Green Army. So let's take you through some of the fixtures that you can expect to hear from during today's show. Firstly, a result from the Premier League, and that is Arsenal 4, Sunderland 1. Well, in fact, it should be the other way around. Sunderland were hosting the game, but Sunderland 1, Arsenal 4 is a full-time score. 2 goals from Alexis Sanchez, sealing the win for Arsenal, and also 2 goals for Olivier Giroud in the 71st and 76th minute. And that result for Sunderland means it is the worst ever start for a Premier League side. They've got the fewest amount of points that anyone has had at this stage of the season, so a very poor start for Sunderland. They even had a worse start than Derby back in 2008, when they amounted the fewest points of anyone in their in Premier League history. A very poor start for Sunderland. Fingers crossed for their sake that they can get out of this rut. Right, we now have got the starting lineup for you here on Coventry United Match Day. So here we go, the starting lineup for Alvechurch. Number 1, Paul Evans. 2, Jamie Ashmore. 3, Zach Foster. 4, Tom Turton. Number 5, Andrew Parson. 6, Jamie Willets. 7, Dave Bellis. 8, Ryan Winwood. Number 9, Daniel Dubidat. I know, weird name. Number 10, Josh Sarmento. And 11, Josh March. On the bench, number 12, Jack Creswell. 14, Babikar Swane. 15, Brogan Halpin. 16, Ryan Edmonds. And 17 is Josh Cook. So that is the starting lineup for you today here on Coventry United Match Day. So don't forget that, as usual, today's show is indeed sponsored by Graham the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. Check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. And of course you can follow us on Twitter at CovMatchday for the latest goings on from the club and from the show. So tweet us at CovMatchday if you want to have your say on today's match, or if you just want to get in touch with us regarding the coverage, or even if you just want a shout out. We do shout outs as well, so do get in touch. It is your show after all. So the first 45 minutes of what I'm sure is going to be a cracking fixture coming your way here on Coventry United Match Day. All you've got to do is head to YouTube and search for our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out, because if we get a certain amount of subscribers, we start getting funding from YouTube. So do subscribe to the channel if you can. And also, just to let you know, if you are new to the show, then we do have a break at half time. Basically, what we do, we give you the first half of the match, and then we swap over the batteries of the laptop and get ready for the second half. So what can I say, we're a low budget operation, so that is exactly what we do. But we're going to be kicking off very shortly here on Coventry United match day. So I'm going to make my way over to the camera and get everything sorted. But as usual, thank you so much for your company today here on Coventry United match day. Before we go any further, we've got to say a massive well done to the under-21 side of Coventry United. They won a whopping 7-0 in their match against Highgate this morning. So a massive well done to Coventry United's under-21 side for that very impressive performance against Highgate. 7-0, an incredible performance. And also, that is pretty much the same team that played against Walsall in the Birmingham Senior Cup on Tuesday. They only lost 3-0 as well, so a very respectable performance for Coventry United's youth side. There are also a couple of members of the youth team in today's, not starting out, their bench. So the likes of Cayman, Francis Balu, Abdul Mohammed, they are starting on the bench for today's match. Jack Tragarva was going to be in the team as well. He was going to be named on the bench, the youth goalkeeper. He was going to be amongst the sub-7, but sadly for him, he has suffered an injury and will not be able to participate in today's game. So, weirdly enough, this has got to be one of the weirdest things I've seen in football for a long, long time, right? So the Birmingham Seniors Cup first round, Alvechurch take on Coventry City, and Coventry United take on Walsall. And what are the fixtures for today? Coventry City versus Walsall and Coventry United versus Alvechurch. Weird one or what? But of course, best of luck to our Sky Blues fans who are away at Walsall today. We are around 4 minutes away from kick-off here at Lye Meadow for what is going to be a fantastic match. The Premier League games we're going to tell you about: Manchester United are at home to Burnley. Middlesbrough have Bournemouth at home. Spurs versus Leicester, that is a big one. I tell you what, a little bit of a cheeky one from the Spurs fans today. They are taking with them a flag which says Spurs are the only team to finish third in a two-horse race. Of course, referencing the titanic battle between the two sides last season, where Spurs looked like they could clinch the title but ended up finishing third behind Arsenal. Watford take on Hull City, West Brom at home to Manchester City, and the late kick-off is Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. Now, the players of Coventry United and Alvechurch are getting ready to come out and greet this bomber crowd who have gathered at the home of Alvechurch. Well, here they come, the teams of Alvechurch and Coventry United making their way out onto the green stuff. Live coverage of this match here on Coventry United Match Day with Liam Cook. So we'll be taking you through a recap of the starting lineups before we get underway at Lye Meadow. Cracking following there from Coventry United, who are on the far side of the pitch, just in front of the bar. So as usual, the Red and Green Army following their team in numbers. Alvechurch in their usual home strip of yellow shirts and the black shorts. Coventry United in their third kit of sky blue shirts and white shorts and socks. So once again, let's go through the starting lineups for today's match. Let's kick off with our host, Alvechurch. Number 1, Paul Evans. 2, Jamie Ashmore. 3, Zach Foster. 4, Tom Turton. Number 5, Andrew Parson. 6, Jamie Willets. Number 7, Dave Bellis. 8, Ryan Winwood. Number 9, Daniel Dubedat. 10, Josh Cemento. And 11, Josh March. And on the bench, number 12, Jack Creswell. 14, Babikar Swane. 15, Brogan Halpin. 16, Ryan Edmonds. And 17, Josh Cook. And for Coventry United, as the Coventry United fans bang the drum over on the far side. Starting lineup for Coventry United: number 1, Rich Morris. 2, Pierre Moodim. Number 3, Lewis Hudson. 4 is Jean Decory. 5, Rob Prinzel. 6, Chris Cox. Number 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Tommy Glasgow. 9, Simeon Townsend. Number 10 is Josh O'Grady, and 11, Mikael Beckley. On the bench, number 12, Abdul Mohammed, 14, Cayman Francis Balu, 15, Muzzy Nduna, and 16, Dylan Otshudi. As always, today's show is sponsored by Graham, the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. Check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. As we get set for some cracking non-league action here at Lye Meadow, as table-topping Alvechurch take on Coventry United. It's going to be United kicking things off there. It's going to be Simeon Townsend, the new number 9 for Coventry United. He's going to kick things off with Kevin Thornton in support, formerly of Coventry City, of course. I've got to say, these One Liam Cook songs are getting rather more frequent. I don't know why. Answers on a postcard. Well, here we go. The encounter here at Lye Meadow is well and truly underway. Coventry United kicking from right to left as far as we are standing, as far as where the camera is as well. United with the ball in the centre of the pub. A good challenge there from Ryan Winwood. Onto the left-hand side with Zach Foster. Up line. Glasgow gets his head in it. It'll fall to number 9, Daniel Dubedat. United trying to regain possession in the midfield, and they hadn't. Here's Josh O'Grady on the right-hand side. Long ball. He was looking for Mikael Beckley. Beckley was nowhere near that one. It's quite a large slant on the pitch here at Lye Meadow. It's not the flattest of surfaces. Well, as far as we're concerned, we're at the we're in the main stand facing the pitch, and from where we are, the pitch goes down the further you go across the pitch. Here's an opportunity now for Alvechurch as Josh March went to the floor in the penalty area. Referee said nothing given. The ball goes out for a goal kick now. March is one to watch out for. 16 goals in 14 appearances this season for Alvechurch. A very dangerous player indeed. He's definitely one to look out for. He's playing on the left-hand side today. Goal kick taken towards Townsend. It's headed away by Andrew Parson. And Cox does well to shepherd the ball away from the number 10, Josh Cemento. Lewis Hudson takes the throw. He's got a lot of competition on his hands now as Ben Valance completed another 90 minutes for the under-21 side today on his recovery from a broken leg. Townsend goes for the ball. It's cleared well by Jamie Willets. And it will be a throw-in to Coventry United on the left-hand side. Not too far from being adjacent from the penalty area there. Another ball is required, and Hudson will take this throw-in. United looking to get their first chance under their belts, and how sweet it would be if they can get the first goal here. Here's Mikael Beckley. Down line to Kevin Thornton, the former Coventry City and Northampton midfielder. Up line once again to Beckley, Hudson and Thornton there in support as Beckley forced into the corner. He finds Lewis Hudson, crossing opportunity, puts it in. He was looking for Tommy Glasgow. Glasgow got there at the end, and the shot just over the crossbar. Good effort there from Tommy Glasgow, who's very much a utility player for Coventry United, starting in the centre of the park today. A cracking effort from Coventry United's number 8. You've got to say, brilliant work from Lewis Hudson, who made that move possible. Lovely cross, and Mikael Beckley as well, who, despite being forced into the corner, did well to find his United teammate. As the keeper Paul Evans clears his lines, Cox leaps for it, and again, and it's gone out of play, and it's a Coventry United ball. It came off, I think it was Bellis it came off. Hudson hoofs it forward. He's looking for Townsend. It's nodded away. Bellis. Cemento puts it upfield. It's headed away well there by Pierre Mouden, keeping it away from Josh Marsh. And Prinzel just able to nick it away from Dubedat. And Hudson's clearance charged down well by Dave Bellis. Well, David Bellis and Mark Smith are the only players to take part in all 17 league fixtures for Alvechurch this season. But the latter of those two players, I don't believe, is in the team today. Just playing it around in the centre of the park. Here's Tom Turton. He's got options on the left-hand side, including Foster and March. Bellis. He's got an option on the right-hand side. It's the right-back, Jamie Ashmore. He's managed to keep it and put it across goal. And a fantastic slide there from Chris Cox, who, of course, usually is a midfielder, but playing at centre-back today in the absence of Callum Burgess and Jamie Coleman. Rob Prinzel also at the back with him. But bizarrely enough, Tommy Glasgow, who has played at centre-back before, is in midfield. He's very much a utility player for Coventry United, is Tommy Glasgow, one who has served the club very faithfully for the last couple of years. It's swung in head across the face of the goal by Prinzel. Moodham tries to keep it in, which just puts it up on a little bit before it was rifled out of play. So a very real attacking threat for Alvechurch. Throw-in taken. March. Foster. Looking to get the cross in. He's under pressure from Thornton and Moodham. March puts it in. It's headed away at the near post by Rob Prinzel. It's still a chance here. It's fired towards goal and over the crossbar by Tom Turton. That's the first meaningful shot on goal from Alvechurch so far today. So 5 minutes gone here at Lime Meadow. Alvechurch 0, Coventry United 0 is the current score. And of course we will bring you up to date with the latest goings on at the Bank Stadium as Coventry City are taking on Walsall. Of course Alvechurch losing to Coventry 3-1 in the Birmingham Senior Cup. Townsend gets his head in it. He's looking for O'Grady, but the defender gets there first. Decory tries to keep the ball alive for United. Glasgow getting stuck in there. Turton brings it away. Foster. March can't keep it with Alvechurch. Thornton, now Mikael Beckley puts it forward. Flicked on there by Townsend. He's found Mikael Beckley. The ball's going around like a pinball at the moment. But United have got it again. Townsend slips and United lose out. And here's March on the left-hand side. His only option is to put it onto the right. He has done, and United give away a foul. As March is brought to the ground. Alvechurch lost the ball anyway. It was Samenta who tried to pick it up on the right hand side, but Hudson got there first, and it is going to be the first free kick of the day. So the final game of October today. United next in action against Quorn on Tuesday night. That is the first game of November. The day after Halloween, of course. Let's just hope it's all treats and no tricks for Coventry United. Odd line looking for Foster. Foster will get there before Pierre Moodham. Moodham forces him to the ground. Referee says no foul, and Prinzel will come away with the ball now for Coventry United. Upfield, he's looking for Townsend. It's nowhere near him. It's a simple ball for Jamie Ashmore to gather upfield. He's looking for his strike partner. It's well intercepted by Chris Cox. Here's Mikael Beckley, formerly of Coleshill Town. Townsend making his first side, but can't keep it away. In fact, it's a foul against Taunton. So it did seem to swing at the number 9. And Kevin Thornton just saying, look, just calm it down. There's no need for any animosity at this stage of the game. We're just 5 minutes in. You don't want any high tempers right now. If a player can get a yellow card at this stage, he's going to be very careful to get through the rest of it. Thornton puts it onto the right-hand side now with Josh O'Grady. Works his way past March. O'Grady brought to the ground. It's now Moodham, blocked well. Onto the right-hand side now with Sarmento. Thornton and Hudson with him. And a good side challenge there from Lewis Hudson. Brilliant challenge from the teenage left-back. But Sarmento still with the ball. And he's pushed in the back from Thornton. I think Sarmento made the most of it there. Didn't seem to be a lot of contact from Thornton, but the referee has given a free kick, which Alvechurch tried to take quickly. And Thornton, once again, having a word with the Alvechurch player. It's been a bad week for Coventry United. 2 cup exits within 3 days. Firstly in the FA Vase against Long Eaton, losing by 2-1 at Grange Park, and then at home to Walsall in the Birmingham Senior Cup on Tuesday. A 3-0 exit from that competition. United now trying to break forward, and Thornton's square pass easily dealt with in the midfield. Upfield looking towards March. Prinzel misses with the header, and Cox was able to clear it. Dubedat would have been able to gather the ball if he hadn't have reacted. He was reacting in disappointment, but if he had kept his eye on the ball, he probably would have been able to get there. Ball across the field, easily dealt with by United. Thornton, after receiving it from O'Grady, but good work there from Turton to bring it back. Foster, back to Turton on the left-hand side. Dubedat upfield, 1-2 there with Turton, and now here's March. Josh March on the left-hand side of the penalty area, slips. Alvechurch appealing for a free kick on the left-hand side of the penalty area, not given. Thornton, now Hudson, United playing well at the back. Beckley surrounded by yellow shirts here, forced to play it back to Lewis Hudson. Now Chris Cox, the United skipper, long ball upfield looking for O'Grady. O'Grady beaten in the air by Foster. Turton. Plenty of time now for Andrew Parson. Turton helping out in centre defence now. Lovely ball to Foster on the left-hand side. Easily intercepted by Pierre Moudin. And a free kick against Turton, eventually given by the referee. O'Grady was asking where the foul was. Well, there it is. Live coverage of this fixture between Alvechurch and Coventry United here on YouTube. Let's continue to date with the latest score from the Banks Stadium, and it's still 0-0 between Coventry City and Walsall. Upfield, United lose out, and it's a throw-in as Turton hoofs it away. Well, we did say earlier that Alvechurch are the only side to play 17 fixtures this season, the most of anyone in the division. They've also got 9 wins, only bettered by Westfields, who are currently in second place. After playing just 11 games, 10 wins and 1 defeat. The first of those defeats coming last week as Thornton is forced to the ground by Turton. Referee says no foul. It will be a goal kick to be taken by Evans. They can hear the Red and Green Army loud and proud over on the far side, giving their boys all the support they can give them. Evans, now Ashmore on the right-hand side. Plenty of time. United have got to try and challenge him here. He's unopposed. Upfield flicked on by Ashmore. Beckley can only find Bellis. Samento tries to put it through the legs of Cox. Good challenge from the United skipper upfield. And Thornton picks up a chest control from Parson. Townsend tries to flick it through for Beckley. United trying to be too clever there. Is it confidence or cockiness? We don't know. But United wasting a good chance. Around 12 minutes gone at Lime Meadow. Coventry United still drawing 0-0 against table-topping Alvechurch. United have a throw on the right-hand side. Moudin finds O'Grady. Back to Moudin, upfield. Turton meets it. Foster battles with O'Grady for the ball. Turton can't keep it in, however. It's a United ball on the right-hand side. Taken quickly. Kevin Thornton in the midfield. Forced back by Turton. Forward for Townsend. He's not going to get there. Well, side challenge behind on Jamie Willets. There's a foul against Coventry United. Really, there was no need to make that sort of challenge. It looked like it was going out. The referee having a quick word with Townsend on his Coventry United debut. He's got to cool things down. The last thing you want to do on your debut is get sent off. Evans hoofs it away. Into midfield. Decore misses with the header. Samento. It's fallen out to Cox. He finds it upfield looking for Townsend, but once again Parson is there, but the header only finds Kevin Thornton. You've got Samento behind him. Thornton tripped by Turton. Referee says no foul. Davidat. He's got Samento in front of him. Lofted ball. Looks for Samento. Puts the ball in. And did that take a touch off Hudson on the way through? It's gone out of play. In fact, no, it didn't. It's a United ball on on the far side. Throw in to be taken by Pierre Moudin. A promising attack there from Josh Cemento. He had a couple of options waiting, but he couldn't find any of them. Moudin hoofs this up line. Thornton brings it down, loses out to Winwood. Bellis, will he struggle from here? Bellis, Cemento, dodges one challenge to Corey, slides in, and here's a free kick. It's a free kick to Coventry United right on the edge of the penalty area as Decory went in for looked like a scissor challenge on Cemento, a very nasty lunge indeed. It was right on the line of the penalty area, and the line does class as inside the box. But it could, well, to be honest with you, I'm not that worried about the free kick. It is a free kick. I'm worried about is Decory going to stay on the field. It was a nasty looking challenge, and the referee is talking to both Kevin Thornton and Chris Cox. Cox and Thornton trying to sway the decision of the referee not to send off their man. Well, it is going to be a free kick right on the edge of the box. I don't believe there's going to be any more action taken against John Decory. Indeed, there isn't. So no further action against Decory. It was a nasty challenge, but I think the referee saw that Decory was going for the ball. Standing over the ball, Jack Foster and Daniel Dubidat. A very promising area for this free kick. Dubidat, it's taken a hefty deflection in the centre of the box. Strike at goal from Cemento, corner kick. It was a good block from United. I couldn't quite see who got the block out. There were so many bodies in there. It took several deflections. And the follow-up effort from Josh Cemento. Deflected out. It's going to be Turton to take this corner kick from the right-hand side. It's a low one on a swing and a miss there from March. It's put back into the area, and Dubidat fires it over the crossbar. Disappointing for Alvechurch when the move looks so promising. And just 15 minutes in, it's still 0-0 between Alvechurch and Coventry United, playing in sky blue today. Morris fires it away. Headed on by O'Grady, but no one there, and it will fall into the hands of Paul Evans, the Alvechurch number 1. Parson. And they're just playing it around at the centre. You can probably hear the Alvechurch fans not too happy about this lack of creativity at the moment. They're just not firing upfield. They need to get forward. You can't score goals from that area. Down the left-hand side, and that will be a United throw-in, easily dealt with by United. United going for the ball in the centre of the pitch. Beckley couldn't bring it away from Turton. It's played back to the goalkeeper. Let's see what Alvechurch can do with this effort. Here comes Parson. Down the right-hand side. March seems to have switched positions. Upfield. And Cox can't keep that one in, and it will be a throw into Alvechurch. Throw-in taken. Bellis battling with Jean Decory for the ball. Great strength from Bellis, and a free kick given against Coventry United. Didn't see anything wrong from where I was concerned. It seemed like a good tussle between the two players. And Decory is not happy. And he's already had a ticking off from the referee regarding that scissor challenge on Cemento a few minutes ago. I don't believe the referee is going to take any more action, but Decory is a little bit of a hothead when he wants to be. What a chance now from the right-hand side of the penalty area to swing this one in. Zach Foster. And it's headed away by Prinzel. It's back into the penalty area. Appeals of handball against Glasgow, and it's fired over the crossbar. Disappointing end to the move for Alvechurch, who seem to have had the most of the attacking football so far. Let's have a look at some latest scores while we are waiting for this goal kick to be taken. No goals from the Premier League as of yet. Brighton lead Norwich by 1-0 in the Championship. Although Grady picks up the ball. A long ball forward. Here's Mikael Beckley through on goal. Beckley, one opportunity for Mikael Beckley, and well saved from Evans. Brilliant save. It's taking a touch off Beckley on the way out. First shot on target for Coventry United. Derby leads Sheffield Wednesday by 1-0. Fulham leading Huddersfield 1-0. 1-1 between Ipswich and Rotherham. Reading lead Nottingham Forest as well. As Evans fires it away from his goal. Cox gets his head to it. Bellis tries to keep it away from Decory. And once again, Decory trying to outmuscle the captain. And that is the third foul from Jean Decory. And once again, Decory is not happy. His reaction may get him in trouble. And the referee is indeed calling over Jean Decory, and it is going to be a yellow card, which it looks like it is. It's most likely going to be for his reaction rather than the challenge himself. It didn't look that bad of a challenge. It was just a little bit of a shove from Decory. Of course, it's not in the laws of the game, but I don't think it's quite a yellow card offence. But Decory is having a word with the ref. I don't think he's going to bring out the card. No, he isn't. And the referee just saying, right, that's it, it's your final warning. And the Alvechurch players are saying, you've already spoken to him. It should be a card. Well, Decory is walking a very thin tightrope right now. 3 fouls inside the first 20 minutes. It's put into the area. Prinzel misses with the header. Beckley loses the ball. Cemento heads it into the penalty area. And what a chance to have a Davidat. And Cox had to get that challenge right. He puts it out for a throw-in. And what a chance that was for Daniel Davidat. If he had brought that one down in front of goal, that surely would have been 1-0 to Alvechurch. Jamie Ashmore to take this throw. Looks like he's going to go for a long throw. He does, fires it into the penalty area, headed away by Chris Cox, who has fantastic aerial ability for a player his size. It's back to Ashmore though, he puts it in towards the net post. Easy gather for Rich Morris, he'll catch those all day long. The man they call England's #1 in Coventry. He's not going to be beaten by efforts like that. Morris's clearance. And it's headed out of play there by Jamie Willett. Coventry United throw on the right-hand side. Pierre moving to take the throw on the right-hand side. He's got O'Grady and Thornton with him. Townsend a little bit further forward if he wants him. He does find Townsend. He tries to head it on, but no one there. But the clearance by Foster only finds Josh O'Grady. Can he whip this one in from the right-hand side, surrounded by yellow shirts, and it's put out by Foster for another United throw, this time adjacent with the penalty area on the right-hand side. And Pierre Moodham will take this one. Moodham is definitely a danger man up front. We've seen him this season push further forward than he used to. It's won back well by Turton, but Moodham again gets stuck in there, wins it back, cross is put in, and well caught there by Paul Evans, with Beckley waiting in the box. Evans a little bit hesitant with the goal kick. What are you doing? And it's an easy clearance there for Chris Cox, who puts it straight out of play. He had a little bit more time than he would have thought. He could have controlled that one and brought it back to United. It was a poor clearance there from Evans. Nice little 1-2 there with Turton. Upfield only as far as Mikael Beckley. Flicks it over his head, keeps it in. And Hudson under pressure now from Dubedat. He's lost it. It's put into the penalty area, and March couldn't get there. He may gather it before it goes out of play on the left-hand side, and he does so. Zach Foster's there with him. It's taking a touch off Mudim. It is handball, no doubt about it. Mudim's arm outstretched, and the ball taking a touch off the right back's arm. Good decision from the referee. Alvechurch are starting to look dangerous once again. They may have played more games than anyone else, but they are top of the league. It doesn't matter whether you've played 17 games, you could lose 17 games, you've got to win them, and they are top of the league. And it is a yellow card by the referee for Pierre Mudim. One opportunity now, it's going to be Foster and Turton, I believe, standing over it on the left-hand side. It's going to be swung into the penalty area. And the referee's asked them to play the ball a little bit further towards the byline on the left-hand side. And it is going to be Turton to swing this ball in. Turton puts it into the penalty area, easy dealt with by Decory, but it will fall to Foster and cleared easily. Evans will bring it back for Alvechurch. There it goes, upfield, looking for Dubedat. It's nodded on by Willett, offside against Cemento. Remains 0-0 after 25 minutes. We're over halfway through the first half of action here at Lye Meadow, and it's still scoreless. Best chance of the game arguably coming from Mikael Beckley of Coventry United. Rich Morris back in the starting lineup after a couple of games out. Joe Connor replacing him on Saturday against Long Eaton, and Dave Allen between the sticks on Tuesday. Decory brings it back for Coventry United. Handball claims waved away by the referee. Decory slides in, keeps the ball away from Winwood. O'Grady, through ball, Mudim on the right-hand side, surrounded by yellow shirts, puts it through. Here's Townsend, pressure from behind, but still Townsend. His pass is blocked, headed upfield. But United with it once again. Here's Tommy Glasgow, tries to put it on the left-hand side with Hudson. A little bit too powerful, perhaps. It's just kept in by the teenage left-back. In fact, no, it isn't. He couldn't keep it in, and it is a throw in there against Coventry United. But a promising move for the Red and Greens in Sky Blue today. Live coverage of this match on YouTube. Coventry United Match Day, bringing you live coverage of every Coventry United match this season. It's headed out of play there by Lewis Hudson as Cemento tried to bring it down. Ashmore is going to be taking this throw in on the right hand side. Finds his captain. Bellis, but it's headed out of play, and it's a Coventry United throw now. And that's how you take a throw in. Thornton. Here's Tommy Glasgow. Option on the right, Josh O'Grady. Here is O'Grady now on the right hand side. Mudim making the run with him under pressure from March. Still going O'Grady. He's dodged March's challenge. And he's got past Foster as well. What a chance for O'Grady to get it in. Foster still trying to dispossess the United man. He needs some support here. And he's put the ball out off March, and a Coventry United throw is the result of this move. A good run from Josh O'Grady, a standout player last season. Hasn't quite hit the heights of the previous campaign so far this season. He's only scored a handful of goals in the league after scoring over 30 in Division 1 last year. The throw-in comes to nothing, and Bellis will be able to get this one away. It's fired away by March. Do be that. Only heads it towards his own dugout, and it's going to be a United throw. Mudim tries to find Townsend. Townsend nods it over to Thornton. Thornton, Winwood able to dispossess him. Bellis onto the right hand side now. Cemento. He's got space in front of him if he can get past Lewis Hudson. Cemento, through ball, lovely ball. Dubedat on the edge of the area. Prinzel gets there. Shirt pulling there from Dubedat. Referee says nothing doing. And now Cemento. Can he put the ball in? Cemento. And it's headed towards goal. Oh, it's over the crossbar. And it was March who headed it into the ground and over the crossbar. What a chance for Alvechurch. But you've got to say the referee missed a clear foul there as Prinzel had his shirt pulled by Dubedat as he tried to regain the ball. United would have certainly felt hard done by if that ball ended up in the net, and it very well could have done. Alvechurch with a brilliant opportunity, but March at the far post as the cross came in from Cemento just couldn't take advantage. Best chance of the game by a country mile. It's been a brilliant fixture so far. It's put into the midfield. Townsend can't find the teammate. March lobs it over the defence. And Cox able to find his goalkeeper, which was for Daniel Dubedat, can do anything with that one. Morris. O'Grady misses with the header, and Foster will bring it back to Alvechurch now. Ball upfield, no one there apart from Rob Prinzel, who will bring this one to his feet. He's got plenty of time on the ball. Prinzel, lofted ball, looks for Beckley. He's out jumped. Bellis able to keep it in, but sadly for his teammate Foster, he couldn't repeat the feat. Moodin will take this throw in for Coventry United. Upfield. It's headed away once again. This time by Jamie Willets. The new signing making his debut today. Signed from Hereford, I believe. Throw-in taken. Here's Josh O'Grady. Back to Moodham on the right-hand side. Can he get it in? Crosses blocked well by Foster. He can't bring the ball back. It's fired upfield, but Cox will bring it back. And Cox seems to have taken a chunk out of Dubedat, who is down. He seems to be holding his foot. And United hoof it away from their own backyard. And it's headed back to his goalkeeper by Willets. Dubedat is moving a little bit gingerly. Goalkeeper puts it towards the United box. Cox gets his head in it. And again, Dubedat is on the floor. He seems hurt, and I think it's only a matter of time before the referee stops the game so he can receive some treatment. He's trying to get back to his feet, but I'm not sure whether Dubedat's going to be able to continue. He's back on his feet now. And it's a United throw on the right-hand side, just in front of the dugout. And Dubedat is holding his right side. Moodham tries to find Townsend, head away. Vasco can't get there for Bellis. Prinzel tries to find Townsend again. Townsend does get his header on it, but Foster will clear it. Here's Decory, pressure from behind by Dubedat. Slide challenge from Bellis there. Wasn't the best of challenges on Decory, and those two have not had the best of relationships during this game. And it's going to be a yellow card for the captain, Dave Bellis. It's still 0-0 at the Bank Stadium. Oh, and Alvechurch is not having a yellow card now for Daniel Dubedat. That's got to be for dissent. So there's a yellow card for the challenge by Dave Bellis. And a yellow card for dissent for Daniel Dubedat, who has now got to be very careful throughout the rest of this match. He certainly seems to be getting a little bit hot-headed. I can tell you the latest score from the Bank Stadium, the M6L Classico they call it, Walsall versus Coventry City. It's still 0-0. As O'Grady puts his free kick into the penalty area, he's looking for Cox at the far post. Cox misses. It's handball surely against Cox. It's given as a goal kick, but it was definite handball. It certainly wasn't deliberate by Chris Cox, but it will be a goal kick. It did touch his hand. He fell to the ground, his hand was in the air, and it did brush his hand. One of the fans actually saying it was deliberate. It certainly wasn't deliberate, but it was handball. The referee deciding not to give it. There's been a few decisions by the referee that he hasn't given so far, including his shirt pull on Prinzel in front of his penalty area, which nearly led to a goal for Alvechurch. Appeals against Pierre Moodham now for a shove in the back of Josh March, not given by the referee. It's a throw-in now to be taken by Foster. Upfield towards Dubedat. Here's Bellis. Winwood. He tries to keep it away from Glasgow. Beautiful ball to the right hand side. Here's Ashmore. Puts it into the penalty area, easily dealt with by Chris Cox, and Beckley will pick it up on the left-hand side. Here's Hudson now. Cemento getting stuck in there, trying to bring the ball back to Alvechurch, and it's a corner kick as Cox couldn't keep it in. Hudson tried to find his skipper, but couldn't do so without putting the ball out of play. We're here at Lime Meadow, situated in Alvechurch. We've got a beautiful view here from the sand. We've got the pitch in front of us and the hills and valleys in front of us. We're putting into the penalty area. It was headed towards goal by Willets on his debut, and it's drifted out harmlessly for a goal kick to be taken by Rich Morris. So just over 10 minutes to go until half-time, and as always we will be taking a short break to swap over the laptop battery to ensure we can bring you the second half in all of its beauty. So we will be starting a new live event on YouTube for the second half, so please do search for the second live event. March and Moodin battling for the ball on the right hand side. March brings down Moodin, referee says no foul, but it will be a throw-in to the red and greens. Throw-in taken, easy dealt with there by Winwood. Here's March. With Decory. Wins it back, finds Thornton. Thornton shoved to the floor. Referee says no foul. It certainly did look like one from where I'm standing. Thornton going to the ground, and Thornton is not the sort of player who goes to the ground for nothing. It's a throw-in to Alvechurch. They've taken it quickly. Here's Dubedat on the left-hand side. Opportunity to cross it in, gets away from Prinzel. It's put out for a corner kick. I believe, no, it isn't. It's a goal kick. I thought he took a touch off Moodham on the way out, but the referee has said it's a goal kick. So it's still 0-0 here at Lye Meadow. Coventry United taking on table-topping Alvechurch. And there's only one game with goals in it in the Premier League, and that is Manchester City winning by 2-0 against West Brom. Ball upfield looking for Townsend, and Townsend will pick it up now. It's Simeon Townsend. He's got Beckley in the centre. He lays it off to Kevin Thornton. Thornton puts it in. It'll fall to O'Grady at the far post. Josh O'Grady surrounded by yellow shirts. It's going to be another cross now from O'Grady. He can get the ball in. Beautiful footwork. Tries to put the cross in. It's blocked well by Turton. Townsend can't get to the second attempt, and it is going to be back with United now. On the left-hand side, here's Mikael Beckley, United regrouping. Here's Glasgow. Thornton in the centre, puts it on towards Tommy Glasgow. Glasgow still going, and a good challenge from Willets. Putting the ball off the leg of Glasgow and bringing it back with Alvechurch, but once again, United regain the ball in the midfield. Here's Pierre Moodin striding forward. Now Townsend, will he struggle from here? Simeon Townsend, well blocked by Willets. Once again, United looking very dangerous during this move. Bellis plays it back to Winwood. And Alvechurch just calming things down at the back, trying to bring this game back to the home side. And a free kick against Coventry United there. Well, Tommy Glasgow is down further up the field, and there's going to be a yellow card for, I believe it's Rob Prinzel. There's a yellow card for Coventry United's Rob Prinzel, while Tommy Glasgow is recovering. Well, Muzzy and Duna's going to warm up on the far side for Coventry United. Glasgow doesn't look too fresh right now, but it is a yellow card for Rob Prinzel for a ambiguous challenge by the halfway line. Turton takes it quickly. It's Foster. Long ball towards the right-hand side, looking for Dave Bellis, offside against the captain. Of course, big shout out to all the Coventry United fans listening today, wherever you are in the country, whether you're back in Coventry, couldn't make it to the game, if you're on holiday, wherever you are in the world, welcome one and all to the show. And of course, all the Alvechurch fans as well, who are probably listening to the coverage for the first time. If not, then, well done for finding us. If you are listening for the first time, welcome to the show. Feels good to have your company. The ball through the heart of the defence, well blocked there from Rob Prinzel before Dubedat could get there. Upfield, it's going to stay in. Well, no, it won't. It's going to be a throw-in to Alvechurch. It looked like the referee was going to allow the play to continue with Alvechurch picking up at the back, but it's a throw-in around the halfway line. Here's Turton, puts it through the midfield, plays a nice give and go there with Winwood. Cemento on the right-hand side, three options in the centre. It misses all of them. It's headed away by Moodim. Bellis, the skipper, in central midfield. He's got Foster on his left-hand side. Lays it off to Tom Turton. Here's March. Good side challenge from Prinzel. He had to get that one right. He's on a yellow card. He's going to be very careful now. Here's Jean de Corey in the centre of the park. Hudson through the centre to Thornton. He needs an option now. He finds it with Beckley on the left-hand side. Mikhail Beckley striding down the left. Under pressure from Ashmore, still going Beckley. He needs an option, and he'll find it with Hudson. Lays it off. Lewis Hudson puts it into the penalty area. Won't get the far post. It's Townsend. Couldn't get his head on it. It's now called the Thornton on the edge of the area. Kevin Thornton turns. Can he let one go here? Plays a 1-2 with O'Grady. Hudson wants it on the left. He's forced back into the centre circle. Laid off onto the right-hand side with Moodim. Not looking to go again. With 5 minutes to go until half-time. Pierre Moodim. He's passed two challenges. Moodim still going. Beckley! Tries to bring a goal. Beckley! Mikhail Beckley! Mikhail Beckley with two chances to put it in the net and couldn't take either of them. The first time he tried a cheeky back heel. Well saved the near post by Paul Evans. But as Mikhail Beckley was stumbling, the ball came back to him. But his posture certainly wasn't correct and he couldn't turn the ball into the net. Mikhail Beckley so close to giving Coventry United the lead. But what a chance. You've got to say, well done to Pierre Moodim. A sensational run down the right-hand side, cutting in well. Nice cross. Beckley just couldn't quite finish it off. There's still a few more opportunities before half-time to go in front. Townsend tries to nod it on for Beckley. He's got it eventually, as Ashmore couldn't deal with it. Ashmore gets it that time. Cox volleys it away from the United back line. Ashmore. Cemento. He's kept it away from Hudson. Cemento trying to march his way through the United defence. He can't do so. United defence too strong for him. Here's Kevin Thornton. Townsend tried to flick it on for Beckley, but he couldn't make contact with the ball. Well, you've got to say United have certainly came into the game a lot more in the last 10 minutes or so. I think 0-0 would be a very fair scoreline at half-time, as both sides have had spells of pressure. They've played very well, both of them so far. But neither side has really dominated at the opposite end of the field as Townsend charges down an attempted clearance from Tom Turton. Willets will allow his right back, Jamie Ashmore, to take the throw in. And Ashmore has to take it a little further back than Ashmore would have wanted. Ashmore hoofs it up line. It's come to Jean de Corey. Control wasn't quite there though, and Turton comes away with it. Ball to the left-hand side, looking for Zach Foster. Foster's got space now. O'Grady comes across trying to stop the left-back's run. Foster puts it into the centre now with Cemento. Good challenge from de Corey, but Cemento catches Kevin Thornton, and that has got to be a yellow card for Cemento. And it could well be even more. The referee decides that he's not going to be generous here, but Thornton seems hurt. Thornton caught there by the number 10, Josh Cemento, as he tried to clear the ball. The referee is going to take action with a yellow card here for the number 10. And it is indeed a yellow card for Josh Cemento, and I'm pretty sure a stern warning from the referee about his future conduct as well. And there goes the card up into the air for all to see. Well, we are around a minute or two away from half-time. A little bit of injury time will be added, of course. Rich Morris fires it away onto the right-hand side. O'Grady, can he bring it down? Foster gets stuck in there, and it's a goal kick. As Foster puts O'Grady off his stride. O'Grady tries to slide in and get the ball away, but can only put it out for a goal kick. Well, I've got to say, the first half may be scoreless, but it certainly wasn't without its high points. Very much looking forward to the second half here at Lye Meadow. Cox heads it out of play, and it will throw in to Alvechurch. Can they get themselves a goal before half-time? That will certainly put the pendulum well in their favour. It's flicked on for March on the left-hand side. He's got away from Cox. He couldn't keep it in, and it will be a goal kick. And that should be that, as far as the first half is concerned. As Morris picks up the ball, ready to take this goal kick. If they're lucky, United might get one more chance before the break, depending on how much injury time there will be. Referee checks his watch. Into the centre circle with Josh O'Grady. Nods it on to Moodim, who can't keep it away from Foster, but Decory will pick up the pieces. Forward to O'Grady once again. Bellis as well to dispossess O'Grady. He's forced towards his defence though by Kevin Thornton, puts it back to his goalkeeper. And Paul Evans fires it towards the left-hand side onto the roof of the bar. One last push for United before half-time. Thornton, dispossessed well by Bellis. Decory slides in. And the referee blows for half-time here at Lye Meadow. A fantastic first 45 minutes of football at the home of Alvechurch FC. Neither side really grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck. We've seen periods of dominance from both teams. But you have to say a draw at half-time seems like a very fair result. Some brilliant opportunities. Firstly, with Mikael Beckley's three opportunities, you've got to say. The first one was well saved at the near post, and then a double effort where he tried to backheel the ball towards the near post. It was well saved by Evans, and then the follow-up effort with Beckley off balance, putting it wide of the goal. But also chances for Alvechurch. A few crosses along the face of goal went unpunished, but the best chance was a header into the ground rather than the net by top scorer Josh March. Well, that is us done here for the first half at Lye Meadow. Stick around, we are going to be back here on Coventry United Match Day for the second half of this fixture very shortly. So we're going to be swapping over the laptop battery to ensure we can bring you the second half of this match in its entirety. So do not go anywhere, we'll be back in around 5 minutes' time.